had the very large pleasure of working with Charles on writing this book. Truly the best part of the process was getting to know Charles and Shirley through their own words and through the words of the people who have known them throughout their lives. It's just been a wonderful process. So thank you again to everyone who agreed to be interviewed and who spoke to me about the Weisses during this process. Charles and Shirley have both lived such inspiring lives, and I hope that their personalities will shine through the pages as you read the book. I want to say especially thank you to Charles for telling me your stories. It's been such a pleasure to sit and listen as you share about your and Shirley's lives. Whether Charles is telling a story from 1939 or from 2009, he's always finding connections and always learning and always eager to share what he's experienced, what he's interested in, and what he and Shirley have done throughout their lives. So, Charles, thank you for not ceasing to be a professor, even though you're retired. The process of writing the biography was a very long, and as Megan said, it was a bit of a jigsaw puzzle, putting together all of these different pieces, interviews with Charles and Shirley, interviews from their friends and colleagues, independent research that I did to sort of fill in some gaps, and then choosing the right photos, which I then handed over to Megan to, again, distill. It was quite a long process, but it was one that was just so much fun. And I'm just so glad to be here, and thank you all for coming. I hope you really enjoy the book. Thank you.
Well, if we're all patient enough and want to listen to a few more stories, I'll help her. For one thing, it struck me as some sort of a coincidence that the span of time for completing the book from 08, getting it started, and 012, it was the same year span as the time of presidential office. Whether that has any meaning or not, but at any rate, we're obviously rather successful in pleasing everybody. And the way that you've come out this afternoon to celebrate this momentous occasion for many of us. Grace's first book, my first book, and anybody else want to claim it as a first book?